Hi there, Vader here again, and this time I'm bringing you the second semi-final in the Team Covenant Galactic Cup here, the Vassal Tournament. And this game is going to be played by BMF on the left here, and he's flying Han Solo with Predator, Luke Skywalker, C-3PO, Millennium, Falcon and Engine Upgrade, and Jake Farrell with Push the Limit, A-Wing Test Pilot, Veteran Instincts, Proton Rockets and Autothrusters, for a total of 97 points, which means he can decide on who has initiative here. And to the right, we have Riku, and Riku is flying Darth Vader with the TIE X1 title, Veteran Instincts, Engine Upgrade, and Advanced Targeting Computer. Soontir fell, Royal Guard TIE, Push the Limit, Stealth Device, and Autothrusters, and the Omicron Group Pilot with Emperor Palpatine. The choice here to give VI, Veteran Instincts, to Vader is paying off here in this game for Riku, since otherwise both of his aces, both Farrell and Vader, would have been moving before Han and Jake here, as they would have all been Particle 9. But with Particle 11 on Vader, he moves after both enemy ships, which means he's going to have an easier way keeping Han Solo, who's going to use Engine Upgrade to try to get out of arcs. Here, keeping him in arc instead. So this is probably going to be a very close game, and I'll do my best to comment as we go along here. So the asteroids have been placed, the dials are down, and the ships are ready to go. So let's see here. So the first move here is the Lambda class shuttle, the Omicron Group Pilot there. One banks to the left, goes ahead there, takes a focus action, and then Soontir goes 5 straight and boosts ahead of his shuttle there. Tokens up. Han Solo does a 1 forward, which bumps Jake, so he stays put, and then he hard turns Jake and barrel rolls backwards, so he can keep Han stationary until he's seen where Riku has committed his shuttle, most likely here, and if his aces are going the same way, or if he's splitting Vader and Soontir up. And then we have Vader, and he's just going to go 2 forward there, slowly seeing what's happening here. And then we're into the second round here. So there's a nice lane here, which would fit nicely for the shuttle. So I'm going to guess that Han and Jake might go the other way around here to avoid the shuttle. So the shuttle's main mission is still just to carry Palpatine for that 1 single die modification per turn, but if it also can be used in combat here, especially on Han, as Han can mitigate damage with the C-3PO and Millennium Falcon title, it can be a big difference. So we'll see here. A nicely maneuvered shuttle should also be able to turn in here and go back towards the own side here in case Han and Jake goes quickly up here. So we'll see. Yeah, he's banking again with the shuttle, so we can do a bank again next turn and decide if he wants to go right here or turn in here. And Soontir just flies almost in formation with the shuttle there, and Jake goes quickly up, full speed ahead, and focus, and then a free boost from the focus, and then Solo tags along with a 3 bank, and I think he's going to try to speed past the asteroids and make sure the shuttle doesn't really catch him, but he still has the option to turn Han Solo into the asteroid field here and Jake here to make the choice for the shuttle difficult, because if he can maneuver so the shuttle stays out of the fight, 2-on-2 Han and Jake should be able to take out Soontir and Vader here. But if the shuttle can join the fight and actually do some damage, especially on Han, which he can hit, it's going to be a big difference. So slowly moving Vader here as well. Tries to target lock, out of range. Boost forward and try to target lock again. No, still out of range. So we focus, and then we're on 2 dials again here. So next turn might be the first round of combat here. And Vader is in a tricky situation now, since he can't really go anywhere then ahead past those 2 big asteroids. He can bank either way, but still Han Solo should be able to have a shot at him if he wants to. And the shuttle might be still out of the fight here for this turn, and Soontir will need to go really fast if he wants to be able to focus fire on Han Solo, which he needs to do because just one ship shooting at Han is mostly useless since he's going to do an evade action and then use the 3PO as well. So he 2 banks to the right there, bringing the shuttle into the asteroids and back to his own side if he wants. And Soontir just tags along, 3 bank and then a boost. And now we'll see, this is the tricky part. Yeah, he hard turns with Jake, tries to target lock for Vader, yeah. And if Vader gets within range 1 of Jake there, Jake has the Proton rockets. And target lock focus Proton rockets, it's 4 or 5 guaranteed hits almost. And Han just goes forward, so he's keeping his options open here because Han can hard turn in next turn behind Jake, or he can just go forward there on the outside. And he takes the evade action in case he's facing any shots here. Vader goes 2 forward, tries to target lock for the extra crit from the targeting computer. And he decides to go for Han Solo here first, which is probably the best idea. Because Vader on PS11 should be able to finish off Jake in the end game. The trick is, of course, that Vader will probably take a lot of damage now from Jake. And mainly from Han Solo, unless Palpatine can keep him safe. So 2 versus 1 on Han Solo, 2 hits. Adds the crit from the targeting computer. And he's going to use 3PO to get 0 here. And he gets an evade, so 3PO does nothing, but he gets the guaranteed evade. And then he uses his token, so 1 shield. Range 3 from Soontir, hit and a crit. And 1 evade from Han Solo there, so 1 more shield. And as long as Han Solo will take just 1 damage per shot here, he's probably pretty happy. And he's going to shoot Han on Vader here, 3 on 3. And he gets 1 crit and 1 hit. And he's going to reroll the blank with Predator, so he gets hit crit focus. And he's happy with that, and 1 evade. And so we're going to see here if he uses Palpatine. Well, he takes 1 shield off of Vader there. He's got the evade token as well, so I'm not really sure what... Oh, he wants to avoid Gunner Luke, that's why. Because otherwise he can use one of the focus tokens to become a hit as well. Then we have Jake, so 2 versus 3 on Vader. 2 hits, naturally. And that means Vader is safe, because he's got 1 evade token, he can still use Palpatine for security there. But he rolls it off anyway. And we're back to dials. So I think that was the correct choice with Vader there, taking 1 shield instead of risking Gunner Luke. Because, well, he still had the token and Palpatine, so it could have been either way, but he could also blank out on the green ones, so you know, better safe than sorry there. We'll know in the end if it was the right call or not, but right now I think it was the wise choice. And we have a 1 forward from the shuttle, just missing the asteroid there nicely. And he tries to target lock Han Solo, and he can do that. This is, you know, if he can get all of his ships targeting Solo here, it will be tricky for Han to boost out of arc here from that shuttle. So it might be a good round here. Soontir banks in, barrel rolls. Nope, there's an asteroid there. So he decides to stay put and token up. So he gets 2 focus and 1 evade. And then we have Jake, who is turning away to the left there. And then he's going to boost. Well, he takes the focus to get the free boost. And then he will probably evade with push the limit here. Yeah. So the shuttle could target him, but I think he knows that Han Solo is the real target here. And he tries to boost there, but he'll still be in arc of the shuttle. Maybe he's out of range of Soontir. And Vader hard turns 2 and just keeps Han Solo in arc here, and that is going to happen the entire game for as long as Vader lives, if he wants to, as he's moving after Han here. So 2 versus 1, focus blank, and he uses the focus for attack and adds the crit, and BMF is guessing 0 with 3PO, and now he has no evade token here since he boosted, and he rolls an evade, so 1 shield gone from Solo here, and then Soontir is going to shoot Jake. 2 hits, 3 hits with the focus, and Jake almost blanks out here, but he's going to have Autothrusters at range 3. We're going to see all of them, and he went focus for 2 more evades, so he's going to be safe. And then we have Solo on Vader, and he gets 2 hits and a crit. And focus evade blank, which you can do 2 evades with a token to take 1, avoid Gunner Luke again here. And if he keeps doing this, Vader will die before Solo, and that's not really what you want, but risking Gunner Luke is tricky. So 3 versus 2 on Han from the shuttle, who gets focus hit. He's going to spend the target lock for 1 more hit. Here, let's see, and then he's going to use Palpatine to add a crit. And 2 shields and 1 crit goes through. So let's see what this is. Damage cockpit, which means Han Solo is now pilot skill 0 and moves before the shuttle. It's not that big of a deal because you can kind of know where the shuttle is going to be. But he can no longer decide if he wants to move Han or Jake first, and that could be trouble here. Especially the way it looks right now, he can't turn Han Solo in front of Jake if he wants to move Jake there, because he will cause his own ship to bump. So it's looking okay for both players, because Vader is shieldless here, and just 1 or 2 lucky hits will take him off the board. And Han Solo is out of shields now, and the pilot skill 0. So 2 hard with Han Solo, and an evade. The shuttle stops, which means it probably won't have a shot at Han this turn. I think he's out of arc there, and Soontir hard turns to have shots on Han Solo. That's kind of a risky move because he's probably going to be range 2 in arc, so Autothrusters won't help him against Solo here. Jake turns away and boosts the other way, and hard turning 3 with Vader, getting range 1 shots at Solo here, trying to finish him off. If he'd had the Lambda shot as well, maybe, but we'll see here what Vader rolls. So he gets this 1 hit, 2 blanks. He's going to use his target lock instead of just adding the crit. And he gets the blank and a focus, so he's going to spend the focus for 2 hits. And he's going to get 0, Riku here, or BMF for 3PO, and he gets nothing, so 1 free evade from 3PO, and the evade token for no hits. And then we have a range 3 shot from Soontir. 3 focus turns into 3 hits, spending the focus token there, or 1 of them. And 2 natural evades from Solo, there is 1 hit going through. This is a good turn for BMF here. And then the shuttle has no shot. Oops. There it is. And now we can see if Han can kill Vader here. 4 versus 3. He's got a real good shot here. And he gets 2 hits and a focus. And he's going to go Predator. So 2 hits. And Vader blanks out. So he adds his evade token and takes 1 hit. And I don't think he used the Emperor here in anyone. So I'm thinking you need to do this. he need to gamble a bit with Vader there and actually try to not take any damage, especially when he has the Emperor left and he knows Jake is not going to shoot at him. I think I would have done that, but it's easy for me sitting here commenting saying that. And Han goes just one forward and takes the evade, and the shuttle just bumps into Soontir there, and the Soontir bumps the shuttle here, and that means it will be a pretty risky, or a pretty good chance that Han can actually hit Soontir here, since Soontir is tokenless. Then Jake comes up behind Vader here, so he's got 2 potential shots at a tokenless Soontir, and he's also going to have a range 1 on Han with, or on Vader from Han here. So he's going to target lock Han after his barrel roll there, and now he's got a range 1 shot again here. He really needs to land some nice crits. 3v1. This is also the bad thing about having Vader at pilot skill 11, because otherwise he could have been shooting with Soontir first to have Han Solo use 3PO on the token before the free crit from advanced targeting computer here. And he blanks out. He's got to know really good. He's got to spend his target lock again, and he gets just 1 hit. And he just rolls here and he gets the evade. So he still has a token and 3PO for next turn. And then we have Soontir, also range 1, crit and a focus, and since he has no tokens, that's easily evaded with, he gets the free evade again from the roll, but he still had the token. And then we have Jake here on Soontir, focus blank, which is nothing, and, well, no evade either, but it didn't really matter. Then we have the Palpmobile on Jake, he gets 2 hits, 3 evades. And here's a real shot here, so 4 versus 4 on Soontir. And he gets hit, focus, and 2 blanks, and he's going to use Han's ability to reroll everything. And he gets just 2 hits again. So this looks pretty bad for Soontir, because he just might evade this. And then Luke will kick, maybe if he rolls like that, he could use the Emperor to actually remove one of the evades. But no, he's not doing that. And now he's going to target Vader instead. He gets 2 crits. And he's going to use Predator for another one. Vader is also tokenless here, so he gets 1 evade. And he's using Palpatine to get the second one. And then 1 crit goes through. And it's a loose stabilizer, which means when you do a white maneuver, you will get stress. And then you flip the car down. So I'm thinking the game has turned in BMF's favor here, because Han has whittled 2 rounds of shooting, no damage, and Vader's attack dice have been really cold here. And if Jake gets into the game here, it could be over pretty quick here. So Han is going nowhere, he's just bumping into the shuttle, which is also pulling a stop maneuver. And this is tricky. Where should Soontir move here? And he's doing a 5k, which, okay, he's going to have shots at Han here, but yeah, and 1 focus token, but 4 dice from Han. This could be tricky. Jake moves in here, and he focuses and gets a free boost. And then he's happy there. And Vader just 1 banks, following Han Solo, and this means if he stays there, Jake can Proton rocket him. And he's probably doesn't care about this, since Vader will probably die anyway. He just wants to get a good attack on Vader for once, and he gets 3 hits, finally, and a crit. And Han rolls a focus, so they all go through. And the crit is a direct hit, so that's 5 hits, which means he's now down to 1 Well, imagine if one of those would have gone through 1 or 2 runs ago. Then Han would be dead by now. The game would be in Riku's hands, but now it's just not over yet because Vader will probably die from Jake's attack here. So let's see. Okay, so Soontir needs to kill Han here, and he gets hit, crit, focus, blank, and he's not spending the focus on attack there, and he's not using Palpatine on attack. I think he should have been doing that because now he's going to guess 1 and roll 1 maybe, and then avoid it and be safe. So this is a big gamble here, and he gets it, so he's safe. Yeah, and Riku says here in the chat, you can see it, but he said, yeah, he messed up. He should have made sure he killed by adding another hit there. He probably miscalculated it. So now we have Jake on Vader. It's just a primary shot here. He's guessing he could probably kill him anyway and save the Proton rockets. And Vader blanks out. So Palpatine can't save him anyway. And then Han Solo on Soontir. 4 dice there, which this attack shouldn't have happened if Han was dead here. So this is probably the game going entirely into BMF's favor. So he's going to Han reroll and reroll everything. And he gets 2 hits and a focus. And Soontir gets 2 evades and a focus. So he's evaded it, and that triggers Luke. And hit, crit, focus, and the focus is turned into a hit from Luke's ability. So at least 1 hit is going to land on Soontir here, and that's the crit. And he gets 1 evade and 1 focus, and then he's going to spend the focus for defense. And he's going to use Autothrusters, and he's going to use Palpatine. So he's actually taking just 1 there. Yep, and he's got shaken pilot, which means I think you need to do, yeah, you can't go straight. So this is, if he can get Han Solo out of arc from Soontir this turn, and keep shooting at him. So we have a bump from Han, and we have the shuttle doing a 1 bank. And then we have Soontir bumping into Han. And if Jake can move now, so he has Soontir in arc and can target lock him and focus, he's going to die. And it looks like he did. 2 straight. In arc, target lock, focus for Proton rockets on Soontir fell here. So with his green dice, if he gets 5 hits, not even the Emperor can save Soontir. He gets just 1 hit and 1 focus for the initial roll, but he's going to use the target lock here. And he gets 3 hits and the focus, which becomes 4. So he needs 4 evades here, or at least 3 to stay alive. And he gets 3. So 1 hit point left, and then we have Solo on the Palpmobile. 1 hit going through there. No, actually no, because it's gonna... Okay, they're doing it too quickly here, because he's gonna do Predator first, and then he's gonna use Han's reroll on the other ones for 3 total hits. And then he's gonna use the Emperor, so 2 shields off the Lambda shuttle. And we're back to dials here. So if Soontir in some way can get another shot at Han here at range 1, he might be able to kill him. And then 1-on-1 versus Jake, he's still the one that moves first, so it will be really tricky here. But it's not over yet. Han Solo runs away here, yeah, so if he has got a hard turn with... Well, he's going to hard turn the shuttle. He just made it past the rock there. And, oh, he's doing a K-turn. He was probably guessing Han would try to do something else there. Because he would have been hard turning. He could have killed off Han there. With the right dice, of course. And Jake is hard turning, and then he's going to focus barrel roll into range 1. So that means 4 versus 3 on Jake, which will be 4 hits, spending the focus token, 2 evades. So 2 shields. So Jake on Soontir here, 3 on 3. And he gets 3 hits. And Soontir needs 3 evades here, or 2. And then Palpatine, he gets 2. Which is enough. Maybe he used Palpatine on the previous shot. And then he's just going to finish off the shuttle here. And range 3 from Han. 2 hits, 2 shields. And we're into the next turn here, and we're going to have Han is turning away from the shuttle and boosting the other way around. And he's going to let Jake finish it off here. 2 banks. Now he's on the other way, yeah. And then he boosts. So 3 versus 1 here. Nothing, spending the target lock. 3 hits with the focus. And nothing. Well, 1 evade. So 1 shield, 1 hull. No shots from the shuttle. And Han, 1 turns, or 2 turns. Takes the evade. The shuttle moves in for the kill here. And Jake boots up behind, range 1 shot, hitting a crit, spending the target lock for nothing and nothing, so 1 hit, 1 crit. And it's a blended pilot, so he can't shoot. And now it's Han shooting back at the shuttle, 1 hit, and he's going to reroll the hit with Predator for a miss. And then he's going to trigger Luke, so 3 hits with Luke's ability. And 1 evade, so 2 more hits to the shuttle, and this is where Riku decides to say good game and admit defeat here. That was really 1 more turn and Jake would have killed him anyway. So awesome game, guys. Kind of too bad that Riku did not do the extra damage on the Falcon when he had the chance. He probably just miscalculated. It would have been a very different game otherwise. Well played by both, either way, getting this far in the Galactic Cup. And good luck in the final to BMF. And well, thank you for watching.